Alrighty, this is Shaw again, back here again today. As you can see, I have a new revolver on the bench, and it's in pieces. So why is it in pieces? I'll tell you that right now. This is an Armscore Rock Island Armory model 206, as you can see there, and it's chambered in 38 special. So what happened? Alright, well, biggest thing is, from what I've read on the internet, and from accounts, sometimes a lot of times these things are really gritty. As you can see here, I've cleaned a little bit, but you can see the general grit down in there, inside the gun, underneath. This is just underneath the hammer and everything, all those components. So really gritty. I expected that when I picked this up. I figured I'd just take it home and take it apart and clean it. That being said, when the side plate was on, the cylinder release at the store, didn't mean to drop that out. The cylinder release at the store, go ahead and get this back together. All right, so the cylinder release at the store was very hard to pull back. It just didn't really want to release the cylinder very well. I'm like, well, it's probably just gritty, and it felt gritty. And that was just, something I kind of expected. But it generally worked. They had 2 in stock at the store that I picked this up at, local sporting goods store. And I'm like, well, I'll go ahead and take my chance, clean it up when I get home, and hopefully it'll work just fine. That being said, when I got home and started trying to take it apart, I worked the action a little bit before, just kind of getting a feel for it and stuff like that. The cylinder lock, which is this piece here, which is, as you can see, broke, was just jammed. There was a lot of grit inside here. It was jammed really tight, and I could not actually physically open it to get the cylinder to swing out. So I started getting it apart, and I couldn't get it back. It was just like locked in there so hard. I ended up lightly hitting it with a mallet, rubber mallet here, and that was just too much on this, cylinder release here on the slide lock. So typically this part here will be like so, and that go ahead and rides inside the frame, as you can see right here in this little drilled out area there. It goes through and mates into the cylinder like so, to lock up, and that's really your biggest lockup right there. So I couldn't get it apart. I hit it with the mallet, and lo and behold, I broke it. So breaking it was my fault. I'm gonna blame the the dirty and the grit on Rock Island Armory on that. So currently I have the part on order. They only stock a couple parts on Rock Island's store website, Advanced Tactical. So this is one of them. So it leads me to believe that this is kind of a failure point in this revolver. So I went ahead and followed the old adage of buying, if it breaks, go ahead and buy 2, because it might break again in the future. I won't hold this completely against it. Granted, shouldn't have been so gritty, but I'm going to get this part replaced here, and then go ahead and give it kind of a thorough review, impressions, and everything about that. So I just kind of want to give you an update. Yeah, I got a new gun, got some new content coming, but currently having a few issues with it. So far though, it's kind of cool. Revolver, I like these little wooden grips on it and stuff. It's really lends itself well to, really nice, snubby, for tight, deep concealment type of deal like that. But we'll see how it goes. I'll get this part, and should be soon, and I'll have something for you guys about this revolver, hopefully in an operational state. So, all right, thanks for watching, and check back soon.